Okay. Welcome to a new live session of Seibert Media. We have a guest. It's Sherif Mansour from Sydney. Thanks for standing up early and joining us, Sherif. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I also have a colleague of mine from our Codeyard team. It's Oliver Wolf. Hey, Oliver. Sherif told me in, let me share my screen real quick to give you some, it was last summit we were doing this video. You may remember that, Sherif. It was a 10-minute video about Atlassian Home. The founder of Atlassian, Michael Brooks, introduced you, and then you had a session on stage, and later you gave me this interview. I wanted to play this for 10 minutes, but now we have you live, so maybe you can give us an update on that. I'm going to close that. If people type in atlassian.com/home, they'll come to this Google form where they can apply to Atlassian Home. That's all we kind of found so far. Just some basics. If you are missing that live, where you can type in Seibert/webinars and find all of our English webinars. And you can also type in Seibert/webinare if you know German. And we have quite a good lineup of webinars in the future. I think it's like 15 or something in the next weeks. For the English one, there's another scheduled with Wendell. And you should be on that page. If you want to join this call, you can do so by clicking here and then click Join Hangout. It may be, if you would disturb us a lot and suck out a lot of time of Sherif's talking, I may be forced to kick you out. But if you have something to say that you think is significant, feel free to join in and join the discussion. I am pretty excited about Atlassian Home because it is something that we are doing ourselves for Atlassian Server. I think that Sherif didn't see Codeyard yet. Did you, Sherif? Did you see the website? Did you see the application actually?
No, I've seen the main screenshot, and I think you talked to me about it at Summit last year. So you guys launched on Marketplace as well there. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of detail, but it's similar. You're solving similar problems.
Yeah, that's right.
With Home.
So how about you just tell us a little about where you are at this point, what you can tell us about Atlassian Home, where it is, when it will launch, what it will solve. Maybe you can show your screen and give us some insights, whatever you feel safe as part of a public company today, share.
Not a problem at all. Yeah, so as Martin mentioned, at last summit last year, we announced our intention to build Atlassian Home. And we gave you a sneak peek as to what we're building on right now. So Atlassian Home, the one-line pitch really is one place to help all our users create, discover, and resume their work. Now, we know as many of your teams grow and many of your customers' teams grow, they're using more and more tools to get their job done. And so Home is really our vision to give you one place to help you find all your drafts for Confluence, all your issues assigned to you. If you're an engineering team, all your pull requests that are waiting on you, all the builds that you've run that have maybe failed. And so our vision is to try and bring all those things into one homepage. Today, as you use our tools and use many other tools, each tool sort of has its own homepage, and you go to that homepage to find your work. Maybe in the future world, we hope to have only one place where you go, regardless of how many products you have, and all your work is available there for you in one place. So we've added, so Home is actually live for a few thousand of our customers. We're getting feedback from them in cloud, and it basically gives them one view at the moment of just their Jira and Confluence work in one place. We give them a basic cross-product search where they can search across their recent work across the two products. And we've just started like a cross-product create as well. So you can, when you press create, you can choose an issue or a page, etc. And so our team's continuing to build out that vision. We're hopeful over the next few months, more and more Jira customers in cloud will be able to see it. And then we'll roll on to the other products as well.
So this is including Confluence and Jira in cloud today, right?
Those are the first two products we're starting with. Yeah, that's right.
Is that something that you can show, as it is obviously live for a couple of thousand customers today already?
Yes, I can. Can I share my screen in Hangouts? Let's see.
If you're looking at the green button on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side in the Hangouts, there's a sharing option, and then you can share your entire screen or just a certain window. You see it?
I'll just bring it up. Yeah, just bring it up.
Meanwhile, if you're watching this and you can comment, please feel free to add any questions that you have, and we'll cycle that back to Sherif. Yeah,
Martin, yeah, so what you're seeing here is, that's actually my personal homepage across Jira and Confluence. And so at the moment, we've shipped one feature right now, which is your work here on the left. When you click on that, what you have here is a list of all your work across two products. So I'm getting here at the top, we recommend things for you. So for example, I'm working on quite a few features right now, working on them frequently. So what happens is it suggests them because I've worked on them a lot over the last week, and these are the 3 documents I've been working on the most in the last week. And then here in my recent list, I've got my Jira issues alongside my Confluence pages all in one place. I can actually do a search as well.
And the pages are like gray, and then the tasks and other things, the green things, that is Jira, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and actually what you'll notice is, because this is the first time in Atlassian history really where we're giving you one view of all of these things together, distinguishing those things is a challenge for us now, because we've never had to make it really clear that this is from Confluence and this is from Jira, etc. So we're working through those things with our customers right now that are trialing this. We also let you search across both products. Specifically, we let you search your recent work across both products. So now this is returning issues and pages that I've worked across. And I can jump here to Jira and Confluence to do their full searches or the advanced searches there as well. Next up, we've got Create. So I can quickly jump to Jira to create an issue or to create a page here. And on the left here, we've got the application switcher. So if you do need to jump to a specific application, you can still do that on the left. I'll just give you an idea as to what it looks like in the applications. So here I've got Jira and Confluence. I'm in my Confluence homepage here. And on the left sidebar up the top there, you'll see I've got a home icon. And so from Confluence, you can go to the Atlassian Home, do something here, then jump into your Jira issue, etc., and then jump back to the, when it loads, see it's broken, so that's why it's still in progress. There should be a home icon up the top left here, and jump back to Confluence, to your homepage there. So that's what we have right now that's in production with our customers. What we're aiming for within the next few months, just to give you an idea of what's obviously work in progress. But the idea here is that your work is just the one feature I just showed you. We'll be looking at getting activity across all the products, your notifications across the products, and people, so helping you navigate your company. So you'll be able to browse people's phone numbers and that kind of stuff. And down here below the line, what you're seeing here for the first time is, this is about to ship actually, is your list of recent Confluence spaces, if you're a Confluence customer. If you're a Jira customer, your Jira projects, or both. And so what we're actually finding from most of our research is that this is probably actually the most used capability so far, of the ability to, I'm in Confluence, I'm in a specific space for Confluence, and I want to jump to that spaces related Jira project, and I want to jump to that spaces code repository. And so what we're doing is giving you one list now of all your spaces and projects in one place. So that's a rough overview of what we have now and where we're going. At Summit, I think we also gave people a little vision and insight into what we've sort of spiked working on, which is integration with other cloud tools. So we know tools, many teams use a whole bunch of different tools in the cloud. And so we're long-term, we'd love to do things like work with Google on Drive integration, that kind of stuff, Office 365, etc. So that's sort of in our long-term sights, but that's where we're headed, just to give you an idea of where we are now and where we're going. I understand that's pretty similar to Codeyard. You guys are trying to help server customers. I should asterisk, by the way, all the stuff that you just saw is in the cloud, and excited that you guys are tackling this problem for server, as we're not looking at that right now.
Like a question about the future of that. Like, are you going to integrate Bitbucket first or Trello first? What's more important?
Yeah, a question, a decision we don't have to decide for a while, so I'm deferring that decision. Martin, we're not allowed to have favorites in this company. We don't have any favorites. Like children, you can't tell them which one's your favorite.
Yeah, okay, but Trello obviously has a little more users than Bitbucket in the cloud, for example, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's at least something that I think is pretty exciting on that you can integrate this really big company that you just acquired nicely into your ecosystem. If you are interested in that, I would quickly give you a tour of what we've built, and then maybe we can compare and see what we can both learn from one another or whatever. Okay?
Great.
Oliver, please help me if I'm making this inadequate. Okay?
No problem.
Let me share my window again. And I heard already from Hartmut Götze that the quality of my screen sharing is kind of poor. I don't know how this is for Sherif and Oliver. Can you read what is on my screen right now? Or?
Yeah, it all looks good for me, and it's not in German, so I can definitely read it.
So basically, the cool thing or the bad thing for us is we don't have a couple of thousand customers on Codeyard yet, but we're working on that. But it is open for everyone. So if you go to our website, Codeyard.com, you will, as the majority of our revenues still come from Germany, you'll find a German website. But you can still, if you're talking English or if you only understand English, you can click on Yes Testen, and then you can fill out this pretty simple form. And a couple of minutes later, you will have your own Codeyard instance, for example, Atlassian.codeyard.com, and your name could be Sherif Mansour, your email address, and so on. And then you click on Instanz erstellen, which is create my instance. And this is actually a whole Atlassian stack, so the result will be something like this, with filled with test data. And we call that the Codeyard dashboard. And this aims to be a central home for all software development products that you have. And our goal is not only to integrate Atlassian tools, which is what we started with, but also to have other tools like, for example, Nexus or SonarQube. I think we have a Jenkins or working on a Jenkins integration as well. So let's look at that later. There will be yards here. So Codeyard is your software code. So this is mainly for software development teams. And the yard is like where one project is kind of managed. And there could be like 10 different projects that you're working on. So you'd have multiple yards. Unfortunately, I cannot switch between yards here. There is this very simple and beautiful product organizer here where you can create new yards. So let's call that Atlassian Home Competitor. That's my new project. And hopefully, yeah, I'll have my new yard here. It's totally empty at this point. Let me go back to company lunch for now, but I think you get the point. So every project will be sitting as a yard on top here. And in this admin area, you will then create yards, so-called instances. That would be an application. You could have multiple bamboos. We only have one bamboo right now. but you can have like multiple ones: Bitbucket, Confluence, Crowd, Jira, Nexus, and Sonar is what we've created in terms of instances. And within these applications, for example, if you know Confluence, you know that there are spaces. And for every space, you could connect them to those yards or projects. So we call them workspaces. So there is the yard company lunch and a specific space. I don't know, the space name isn't here. Oliver, is it?
Yep. It's here.
Here. Oh, so the space is named Confluence. Okay, yeah, that's kind of misleading. Okay, so you have workspaces. And then the result is that if I click on company lunch here, you see workspaces here. This is very similar to what Sherif showed us. Then we have a low noise, high signal microblog, as we call it. This is a add-on that we have built for Confluence that is automatically loaded as we have implemented Crowd here. So this is kind of an iframe from Confluence, where you can post manually updates to this specific project. And this will live in this column here. And on the right-hand side in this column, you'll have a very busy and noisy activity stream that will include everything from Bamboo and all projects or all products that you've connected, or workspaces, I should say. And you can also easily filter that. So if I click only on Confluence, you'll see only the Confluence updates, or Confluence and Jira, for example. And then it will automatically show this stuff. Oliver, can you tell us a little bit about how you're using that today internally already, and how customers are using that?
Sure. One of the main usage of the event area is only to filter the events which are important for me. At the moment, when you see all events, it's a lot of information. And so it depends on you to say, okay, I'm not interested in any kind of Jira events. For me, for example, only the events of Bamboo or Bitbucket are interesting. So I only want to see the Bamboo events, for example, if a build failed, or maybe also if a build was successful, or also events from Bitbucket, which shows me, okay, I have 2 or 3 open pull requests, and so myself or someone of our team should take care about this pull request to get merged into the specified destination branch.
Okay.
In a normal environment, you wouldn't see all this information because it's too much.
Mm-hmm. So let me maybe show real quick how this workspaces thing works. So if you click on any of these tools, it will open up a new tab, and will automatically go to the area that we have predefined that's working for all of these systems. So I'm directly at this Team Lunch repository, sorry. Or in a specific Confluence space that I've predefined. What we already did is we have, so if you are interested in that for server products, so this is not available for Atlassian Cloud. This is only available for server products that you install behind the firewall. We can host them on our own hosting infrastructure, but it's incompatible with Atlassian Cloud at this point. What we did prepare is we have a lot of test data in all of these instances. For Confluence, for example, we showed you how you can use Confluence and how you can intertwine it with Jira and other products. For Jira, we show the same thing for Bitbucket code, or for code in Bitbucket that you see in Jira, for Bamboo builds, and so on. So this is also, for our daily business, a very good way to demonstrate how those Atlassian tools are intertwined today already, and how they can work together. And Codeyard aims to give this a more focused and centralized visual homepage, if you will.
Yeah.
Sherif, now you tell us how awesome this is.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it how you can filter the different types of applications and get a tailored activity stream. I think like similar, like Oliver was saying, I think the challenges are more and more teams are using more and more tools to get one job done. Like it used to be, you consolidated on a single tool, etc. But that's not reality, and therefore it becomes a bigger problem to solve to help teams stay on top of their work. What's going on in the team, in the company, in the Bamboo builds, in the repos, etc. Yeah, so it's really exciting to see you guys solving this for server customers. Yeah, it's a problem we hear a lot about from our customers, and we're excited that we're solving this together.
When will you start to develop on Atlassian Home for server?
At this stage, we have zero, we have no intent on doing it for server for a wide variety of reasons. We do have a lot of server customers that have expressed interest in Home. And so something like the solution you guys have got is something they should definitely look into if they have it right now. As always, Martin, if that changes, I'll let you know as soon as possible, but there's no plans.
I'll lose a bet if you send me this email. I would want to get this email, but it was one of the first things that I was reaching out to our team. We were building or starting to build that before you announced Home. I then came to the team and said, oh, could be that Atlassian makes what you're doing obsolete. And then after we talked in San Jose, I had a bet internally that it's never going to happen. I think that,
right, so you could lose something here.
Definitely. I hope that this is not giving you motivation on doing that. But I do see that you are winning a lot of new business in the cloud today. And this is with Trello, for example, a market where this integration will pay off much more than behind the firewall for you. So let's see. I hope that we can learn from you. And at the time that you're tackling or trying to tackle this, you'll find out that it's not needed because already available.
Yeah, and as you know, Martin, we have a different set of priorities for our cloud customers as we do for our server customers. They have different needs. There are different scales, and this is not high at the moment. You know, we have performance and reliability and administration. These are the things we're currently the server team have been focusing strongly for their customers. Yeah, so there's no plans for that.
If you're watching this, and we have like 10 people watching this right now, this is the time when you want to get your last questions in, because Sherif is running out of time in 2 minutes. Oliver, do you have a question for Sherif?
Yeah, for example, do you plan to integrate also third level applications like feedback from Jenkins or Team Foundation Server, for example, into Atlassian Home, or it will be only available for Atlassian applications?
No. The hope is certainly we'll integrate it for many applications. In fact, we've actually got a branch somewhere where we've been starting to work on that. It's pretty exciting. And I think just for us, it's just baby steps. So step one, let's get it right for Jira and Confluence. Once we understand that and we understand the patterns, as you guys probably know, like what are the types of things people want to see on the home, etc. And we get better at that, we'll be looking to extend that to other cloud based applications. That's the hope. Yeah. So what's really exciting is that I speak to a lot of customers. You'll see some of our very high-end server customers have actually built something to try and solve a similar problem themselves. Spent a lot of engineering to try and do it, and it's paid off for them for productivity benefit.
You'll be surprised that the funny thing is we built this and are paid for doing it. So this is already something that is a high priority and also something that people are willing to pay for today. So I'm not that disappointed if you ever came around and told me you're building the same thing for server now. One last question that I have before we need to let you go. I want to try this out now because I'm building Codeyard, for example, and I want to feel what you're building there. How can I get into this beta?
Yeah, we have in Atlassian.com/home. There's a form you can fill out there. We're collecting stuff. We're collecting names. And the main way you get in is that if you have a cloud instance of Jira and Confluence, and it meets Jira or Confluence, and it meets a certain criteria, user pricing, that kind of stuff, we'll look at turning it on for your instance. At this stage, we've got quite a big amount of feedback, and so we haven't opened it up the doors further, but we have had quite a few hundred people fill out that form that are interested in more information. So yeah, we'll be communicating more and more with that list as it goes. But at this stage, we're not adding any more people, but we will shortly, I'd imagine.
So yeah, there's no discrete path that I can follow. I can tweet you and then you'll get me in or something. At this point, it's only for you to get feedback, and it's not open.
And register your interest at Atlassian.com/home, and I email that mailing list. I like if I look up your instance. If we think that's applicable and you have the products that we support, we'll look at turning it on for that instance in the near future. That's the hope.
That's a perfect answer for me, because then you can just go to Codeyard.com. You may have to stumble upon some German words, but we'll get you, after a couple of minutes, get your server instance that you can actually use also behind your own firewall afterwards. And maybe one day Sherif will open up his cloud magic for you as well.
I think we're at the stage where we'll almost roll it out to everyone. For at least Jira, if you're a Jira customer and you have one other product, we're almost at the stage. So adding more people to the beta won't add us too much time, but we're always after names to get feedback for future things with Home. So yeah, let us know if you're interested, or check out Codeyard if you're a server customer.
Anything else that you want to tell people if they're interested? How should they follow you, or what should they do?
Yeah, I think just express your interest in that form, and we'll send out bulk communications as things start to roll out. Please give us your feedback. Give Martin your feedback and his team and Oliver about how you guys are finding it for Codeyard or for Atlassian Home, help us build better product. Thank you, everyone.
Sherif, thank you so much for giving us an extra minute. Let me end this with Hartmut Götz's comment in the chat. Cool tools. Many thanks, Sherif, Martin, Oliver. Good luck and success to both sides of the globe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hartmut. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.